today I'm going to be doing another thrifted craft haul. Welcome to my front room. I'm in here because I have this lovely background of these curtains that I just finished. Yesterday I went to the city with my husband. I just so happened to pop into a thrift store. It was not planned, but my husband went to a computer store and across the street was a thrift store. I'm here today to share with you everything I got at the thrift store. I got a whole lot of this fabric, which I'm pretty sure I can use for lingerie. There's like 3 meters here. It's very shiny and silky, but it's obviously some sort of synthetic. I thought in the thrift store that it was duoplex because I tested it and it doesn't stretch this way. And I thought I tested it the other way too, but it does stretch the other way. If I use this in bras, I will have to use stabilizer, which is fine. I really like this color. I think this is a gorgeous blue, and there's like 3 meters of it here. So I could also make like a slip or something out of this because there's just so much fabric here. I believe I paid $6 for that, but I ripped off the tag, so I don't know for sure. Then I got this blue and white striped shirting material, which was I think $4, and there's about 2 meters here. I think it's a beautiful fabric, and I want to make like an 80s style button up with it. I got a pattern from the thrift store a few years ago, and I'm going to use that. Actually, I may as well just show it to you now. This is the pattern I was talking about. And you can see right here is a shirt that is made with a fabric that looks near identical to this one, but I would probably make the view this one with the puffy sleeves because I really like how that looks. I noticed that this kind of neckline, I think it's like a lapel style neckline, is coming back in. So I think that this will make a really nice blouse. Now onto the exciting stuff. I must have gotten there right after somebody just went through their yarn stash and got rid of a whole lot of yarn. I got so much vintage mohair and alpaca yarn, and recently I've been using some alpaca yarn that I got from my grandmother for Christmas from Hobie, and I'm really loving using fluffy yarn, though I'm using lace weight and these are mostly thicker. This has 7 balls plus a bit more for $5. It's this lovely blue color. Let's look at it closer. It's 40 grams, 120 meters for 40 grams, so not a huge yardage. It's 60% acrylic, 20% nylon, and 15% wool, made in Italy. It's not super itchy. It says to use 4mm needles with it, and I don't know what weight this would be, but it's probably like a 1 or a 2. It doesn't feel like itchy against my skin. I'm pretty sure I can wear this directly against my skin. And actually, I'm gonna grab something quick. Past summer, I went on a thrift trip with my sisters and my sister-in-law, and we were stopping at all these different towns, went to the thrift stores in those towns, and while I was there, I got a sweater that was like alpaca wool blend, and just a couple weeks ago, I took apart the sweater and caked it all up, and it's this really nice blue color, and it's 2 strands of lace weight together. I think that this and this go really well together, and I can make something with these together. I signed up for a test crochet by Ed's Farts. She made a scoop neck top, which the sleeves don't fall down, and I applied for being a pattern tester. If I get into that, then I will use these yarns together to make that. Otherwise, it'll probably be a sweater or a cardigan. I've been into knitting again. I recently just started knitting a Gibson blouse by Fable Knitwear using a dark blue mohair I got from Hobie, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying knitting again, and I still like how knitting looks way better than I like how crochet looks, especially for delicate materials such as mohair. I feel like crochet doesn't do the beautiful yarns justice, and these together will be a very beautiful yarn. So that's my plan for this. Next up, I spent $5 on these yarns. I believe there's 3 balls in here. It's probably weight 2 yarn. It is 80% acrylic and 20% mohair, made in Holland. Oh, I forgot to say, for this yarn, the company that made it is Vienna, and it's the Donna yarn. Vienna, Canada is a Canadian company, but this yarn was made in Italy. Yep, 3 balls. Dark blue navy. This you're supposed to use a 4mm needle or a 4mm hook for. It is 140 meters for 40 grams, made in Holland, and the brand is Almond with an E, so I think that's the French way, but I could be wrong about that. This is the first yarn that I found in the thrift store. It's some sort of mohair or alpaca. It was $1 for this one ball. It's a very nice white with speckles of blue, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm gonna make with this yet, but I couldn't just leave it there when I was taking all the other mohair. It would be lonely. Next up, there's this giant bag of yarn that I got for $12. There's a lot of yarn in here, probably 12 or 13 skeins in here, and they are 75% mohair, 10% acrylic. This yarn was made in Canada. The skeins are about this big. It is 25 grams. It doesn't say how many meters. Made in Canada. It says use 6mm needles. Yeah, I don't know how many meters are in here. It's weird it doesn't say on here, unless I'm just like not seeing it. Anyway, made in Canada, bouquet floss, red. And there's probably like 12 skeins. And if this uses a 6mm needle, then this will work up pretty fast. Next up, there's more red yarn. I paid $6 for these 3 skeins of feather spun luxury look DK weight yarn. Brand is Twillies. Oh, there's 4 skeins, maybe more. This is very soft. This is like a really vibrant red, which I really appreciate. I really like the color of this. I don't typically like red, but I really like this red. This would make a really nice blouse type top if I have enough yarn for it. It says to use a 4mm hook. There's 50 grams, but it does not say the meterage again. Maybe that's common for like vintage yarns. But there's 50 grams DK weight. Made in Spain, 85% acrylic and 15% wool. It's Twillies of Stamford, and it's really soft. This is nice. Last but not least, I got 15 balls of this wool yarn, which is, 15 balls plus extra for $12. The balls are very small. It's 4-ply. Each of these balls is 1 ounce, which is about 35 grams. It does not say the meterage again, but it's 4-ply, so I guess I could calculate that. It's a soft pink color, but I still got this even though pink isn't a color I typically wear, because it's 100% wool, so I should be able to dye this, over dye this, probably a blue, because you know me, I do everything blue. And that's everything that I got at the thrift store yesterday. I spent a total of $54 for probably 4 or 5 sweater quantities worth of wool, as well as the fabric that I got. I'm super pleased with this haul. I was so excited about it the whole time I was there. I just kept saying to my husband how excited I was. He probably got tired of me talking about yarn. I'm dreaming about all the projects I'm gonna make with these. I'm so excited. You'll see what I make in my next crochet podcast. I hope you enjoyed this thrift haul video, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!